Kingdom Hearts 2 plays beautifully in 2025. Kingdom Hearts was once the peak of the JRPG genre. When the original released in 2002, it blew people's minds. Who would have thought that Disney, with IPs like Winnie the Pooh, Mulan, and Aladdin, would team up with Final Fantasy to create a brand new kind of JRPG? It was lightning in a bottle and instantly became a classic. But over the years, the series has taken some controversial turns, especially with the story. I remember how magical those first games were, but looking at where the plot has gone since, yeah, I wish Nomura would step out of the kitchen for a while. Kingdom Hearts 3 finally arrived after years of hype, and while the gameplay delivered exciting, modern KH action, the narrative was messy at best and outright dumb at worst. Which is such a shame because the story used to shine when it was simpler. We just wanted to rescue Kairi through the power of friendship, fight Organization 13 in anime duels, and it was amazing. So this year, for the first time in decades, I revisited those days by playing Kingdom Hearts 2. And man, this game still holds up. Not perfectly, but it's a unique experience that stood the test of time for 20 years. If you don't know the premise by now, Kingdom Hearts 2 follows Sora, a 15-year-old kid from Destiny Islands who travels across Disney worlds to stop the sinister Organization 13. Alongside Donald and Goofy, you fight Heartless, face nobodies, and take down anime villains while trying to reunite your friends. Where Kingdom Hearts 2 shines the most is the combat. It's incredible that this system debuted back in 2005 because even today it feels flashy, smooth, and mechanically solid. Battles are stylish and over the top in the best ways possible. 10-hit air combos, dual-wielding keyblades, and dramatic one-on-one duels with Organization 13 just don't get old. Maybe nostalgia plays a role, but honestly I haven't found many modern action games that scratch the same itch. We've had Souls-likes, Bayonetta, Devil May Cry, all great in their own ways, but nothing feels quite like KH2. Now, critics love to say that the combat is just button mashing, and yeah, to an extent the combos play themselves, but KH2 makes that button mashing feel amazing. It's less about complex inputs and more about recognizing openings than unleashing streams of stylish attacks. Easy to pick up, but with enough nuance to make the tougher fights genuinely challenging. What makes the experience are the details, the floaty physics, the crunchy keyblade hit sounds, the slow-mo finishers when you land the final blow on a boss, the cinematic quick-time reaction commands, and of course, the incredible soundtrack. Put together, it creates a combat system that's empowering, flashing, and still satisfying to master. Enemy design is another strength. Each world has unique Heartless and Nobodies that reflect their Disney setting, making fights feel distinct from place to place. Reaction commands give each enemy type its own flavor, letting you interact differently with them depending on who you're facing. Kingdom Hearts 3 went too far with this mechanic, turning it into a cutscene factory, but in Kingdom Hearts 2, the balance is just right, cinematic without killing the flow. But the real highlight for me are the bosses. Kingdom Hearts 2 is loaded with them, nearly 40 in the base game and around 20 more in Final Mix. Now, not all of them are masterpieces, but the overall quality is high, with some of them that rank among the best in the genre. The Disney bosses are fun and thematic, from battling Scar and Lion King to Jack Sparrow's cursed pirates, but the Organization 13 fights are the ones that steal the show. These battles are dramatic, stylish, and push your skills to the limit. Each of them are designed so differently, with distinct and unique mechanics that make each of them a new challenge to learn and work around. But the high point for me though is the fight with Roxas. The setup is dramatic, the stage is somber yet epic, and the fight itself with the poignant music behind it is easily one of the most memorable fights for me in all of gaming. It's not the hardest or the most mechanically intense fight, but everything crafted around it is so beautiful. Needless to say, if you're a fan of boss fights, KH2 has got you covered. Fighting those bosses is made even better by the customization. Kingdom Hearts 2 gives you a surprising amount of control over how Sora plays. Abilities let you decide the flow of your combos, and even how defensive options trigger. You can shape Sora into an aerial combo machine or keep him more grounded with heavy strikes. Keyblades aren't just stat sticks either. They have unique properties that encourage different builds. Pairing certain blades with specific drive forms change how you approach combat. Combine that with magic, gear, and abilities, and you've got a flexible system that still feels deep today. Level design, on the other hand, hasn't aged quite as gracefully. By modern standards, the Disney worlds are simple, mostly linear paths packed with set pieces. They're not mind-blowing in 2025, but they do their job as colorful stages for the action. What makes them still work to some extent, though, is the attention to detail. NPCs, themed enemies, and carefully chosen set pieces make each world feel faithful to its movie. In a way, they're kind of like Disney rides, straightforward but full of charm. And in 2025, that simplicity actually feels refreshing compared to some of the bloated modern open worlds out there. To top off the package, Kingdom Hearts 2 graphically has aged beautifully. It still looks fantastic, thanks to some sharp art direction and the tried and true cartoony aesthetics that the Disney classics are known for. Some of the mouth syncing and animations are a little clunky, but other than that, the game barely looks its age. But best of all is of course the music. From the iconic Disney tracks to Yoko Shimomura's beautiful instrumentals to the amazing theme song Sanctuary by Tada Hikaru, KH2 has all the music firepower to hang with the very best of the medium. It just elevates all part of the game so well, making the fights way more cinematic than otherwise. Still, as much as I enjoyed my replay, KH2 has its flaws. The most infamous is the Roxas prologue. Some fans love it, but for me, it drags way too long. You spend over an hour running errands, doing minigames, and fighting weak enemies before the real adventure starts with Sora. Sure, it introduces key story beats, but most of it feels like padding. The 7 Wonders hunt in particular adds almost nothing. Then there's the Gummy Ship. These Star Fox style sections are jarring compared to the main game. They aren't terrible, but they feel like filler that doesn't add anything meaningful. I would have preferred if they were cut out entirely. For the combat, defensive options are another weak spot. Offense feels amazing, but blocking and dodging just aren't as smooth as today's offerings. Important moves like dodge roll and glide don't unlock until later, which makes the first half of the game feel a bit clunky on the defensive side. And while most bosses are excellent, a few are just duds. Pete and a couple of the Heartless boss fights are just slogs. Out of nearly 40 bosses though, only 3 or 4 are truly bad, but it's still worth pointing out. Even with those flaws though, KH2 remains an incredible experience in 2025. It's nostalgic, but also feels unique and fresh. Its brand of action combat hasn't really been replicated in any other JRPG since. Some might ask, why not just play KH3 instead? And sure, KH3 has more modern polish and plenty of quality of life upgrades, but KH2 has tighter combat, more focused gameplay, and better boss design. It's not just a PS2 classic, it's still a great action JRPG for today. If the upcoming Kingdom Hearts 4 can learn anything from this game, tone down the bloated storylines, focus on tighter combat, and recapture that early 2000s magic. Then we could be looking at something truly special. Until then, Kingdom Hearts 2 remains the crown jewel of the series for me, and absolutely worth visiting or revisiting in 2025.